The mall closes at 5. I've been sitting here for 2 hours going, yeah, I want to walk over and buy winter boots before they close the mall for 28 days. Do you think I can get there in time? Probably not. All right, I'm right on time, 20 minutes after closing. Although it says store hours till 8, but I think because it's Christmas, it's 5. That's the website said. So I guess I'm not buying boots. I guess I could have walked over 2 hours ago. Guess I just got sucked into my phone. I guess I just got sucked into my phone 30 years ago and haven't really done much since. I was just listening to a podcast. Some guy messaged me on Instagram and he's like, hey, maybe we can work on some stuff because he's seen some of the Facebook groups I'm running, and he seems to be very successful. And I listened to this interview on a podcast with him, and it was last year, and he's like, yeah, I'm like 25 now and I want to do all the stuff on my bucket list so that, you know, by the time I'm 30, then I can start a family and everything. I'm like, yes, that's what you want to do. That's what I should have done. You do not want to wind up as me. A bit of a dilemma because I want to use social media to connect with people and grow my business, whatever that might be, and see what people are up to and respond to them. But on the other hand, I don't want to look at anybody's stuff on social media because it just destroys me. Like a creative director today posted about his mother-in-law dying, so that makes me sad. And then my friend George posted a picture of his 2 sons, and they made a gingerbread house together, and he says the Property Brothers, and I'm like, if I had a kid when my mom told me when I was 25, Mary Jan, then I would have grown kids now that would be making gingerbread, so that makes me too sad. Or people with their new babies, or my friend Dennis, who has 3 kids now. I mean, it all just, why do people post this stuff? I guess to share their joy. And if I had kids, I might enjoy it too, but I do not. There's one, it's not mine. Maybe that's what I would have bought. I can see it through this, there, yeah, see? Look at that. Does it look good? I don't know, it doesn't look, I want like a poofy moon boot or something. Remember when we were kids? Let's see, what else we got? This is all a moot point because the store is closed. What kind of winter boot should I get? Anybody have any recommendations? I could put them in my Amazon store. That's what I should do. You can live stream on Amazon now, do a little show and show products to buy. So maybe I should do that and put some money into Jeff Bezos's pocket. Always happy to make him some more money. I wonder what he does with his money. This is just what I'm wondering. Like, let's say tomorrow I figured it out and I have, I don't know, $100 million to start. Would that change my life? Like, obviously, I could, be in a nice house or whatever, but I could go, like, this is what I did in the summer. I stood in a big backyard, and I was like, imagine this was my backyard. And it's like, okay, I could go stand in a hotel. I could stand where I am right now and pretend this is my massive house, and I've put in lots of stores, like I'm Richie Rich, and I live in a mall, and all these people just walking around. You know what? I leave it open to the public because I like having people around. Like, would that feel any different? What else would I do with my money? Like, knowing I own it, would that make... I guess I could hire people, like I could have people massaging me all the time and handing me food to eat. Other than that, I mean, Jeff Bezos must have an interesting life. Like, he must be having more fun than me, right? It's like 6 o'clock or something. I've just been walking around here. I just filmed an 11-minute rant, like a little tour of downtown on Christmas Eve to show people what's going on. Looks like the restaurants are open, the pubs are open, the mall's closed. Okay, so the world wants you to make them happy, but you're like, nope, I'm not going to make you happy. I think that's the opposite of me. Let me think. The world wanted to make me happy, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to let you. I'm going to sabotage my life. Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I filmed an 11-minute video in the market, and then I walked home. I wound up talking to a schizophrenic homeless guy. He was sitting there. I saw the Nutri-Grain bars and a juice box on the ground. And I sort of looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't pick those up. But I thought I heard a voice say, I don't want them, you can have them. And I'm like, did I really hear that? And I'm just a bit OCD, so I need to investigate. Did I really hear that? So I just sat on a bench nearby, and then that guy, this young guy with long hair, he actually walked over to me, and but then he was clearly schizophrenic. He kept saying, like, it's, are you
are you with the Dilios? And I'm like, are the Dilios, is that a chocolate bar? He's like, no, man, it's for the angels, like the purple energies, it feeds them. I'm like, oh yeah. And I tried to film the conversation because I thought this will be interesting. But then I realized my phone had died. I think the battery is dying, and it was probably also too cold for it. So I'm closing the blinds tonight just because, I don't know, it's late and the sun's going to wake me up, but I should just wake up. Isn't that my new plan? Just get up at 7 and power through the day and then go to bed on time? Yeah, so I've just been sitting here. There's been some drama on a Facebook group I manage, and I was getting messages from all these people. And I'm like, okay, I've got to figure out how to monetize this Facebook page. I didn't realize it would be so popular. And then, or a group I'm talking about. And then, what have I been doing? I uploaded my walking around video to YouTube. I thought, okay, I'll do that. And then I was there's a guy I met at Podfest a while ago, and he's like, interview me, like we can do a live stream. Maybe I'll message him now. My plan was here's my new idea, like do a 60-second drawing a day. Like instead of just posting a drawing, I film myself drawing it. And then here it is. It's a Christmas card for all of you. But I didn't get around to that. But I guess I can do it tomorrow because tomorrow is Christmas. And I don't know what other content I was going to post. I've got stuff like, backed up from months, and I was going to start posting things in order, but I figured I should just get my Christmas Eve one up right now because it's Christmas Eve, and it's actually, I posted it in a bunch of Facebook groups, and finally Facebook blocked me from posting in groups, but it's already got within seconds it had 7 views, and I was like, oh, obviously a big topic. And then within a couple of minutes it had 24 views, and that's more than the one I posted a couple of days ago, my Good Morning video that had 23, and it's already got 89 views. So if you really want to help me, if you could go to my YouTube, it's my link in bio, or look up Josh Rackless on YouTube and like it. And if a video gets lots of interaction, like likes and comments early on when it's posting, then YouTube goes, oh, this is a popular video, and then it starts sharing it more to people, and that's how it builds momentum quickly, which could really help. This could be my viral video. Now I'm regretting, I should have put in headphones, and so the microphone was always there as I'm walking around, but I didn't even really plan to do it. I was just like, I don't know, the streets are empty. I'm like, I should make I should record this, because I realize now the pandemic was it was a big thing. I could have been, I don't know what I should have been doing this past 6 months. It took me forever to get Wi-Fi down here and to get a phone that worked, and I feel obviously I wasted the past year. But Charles keeps saying, well, everybody wasted the past year. I don't think everybody wasted the year. If I had had a kid, with Jackie, last year, I'd already have a kid now. Because it takes 9 months, right? And then I have a 3-month baby we could be doing Christmas with. That would have been cool. Now I remember what I was supposed to do. I saw somebody in one of the depression Facebook groups I'm in, and he said, it's my first Christmas without my dad after 45 years. My mind is spinning, and it's going so many things in my mind. And I said, hey man, we're all here for you. And then I said, if you want, I could post about you on my Facebook page, and then maybe everybody could say hi and show you're not alone. He was like, yeah, you could do that. And so then I got distracted by posting. I posted my video first because in chronological order, the video came first, and then I just remembered that I was supposed to be doing that. The other thing I was going to say is every day I sort of focus on a different regret. Lately it's been, why did I break up with my first girlfriend when I was 18? But then today I was like, why did I break up with my girlfriend 10 years ago? That was, finally this girl that understood me on every level. She found me because there was an article about me in the paper, a couple of articles, and she saw them over a couple of years. And so that, was something you can't reproduce. I didn't meet her on a dating app, and we liked picking up litter together and doing comedy together and making videos together. And she met my friend Phil before he died, and so she knew, relatives, probably my grandmother, so she was starting to be part of my history that I could share things with her, and she'd be like, oh yeah, I know that person, and I don't know what, I don't know what I was thinking. That should have been okay, you know what, good enough. She wanted me so badly. I was in therapy. I was paying for therapy to have them tell me why I couldn't commit. What did I think was going to happen? I was like, I'm going to break up with you, and then I'm going to spend the rest of my life looking for someone like you. It doesn't make any sense, and you can't buy back the time. Even somehow, magically, if there were another girl, I would never get that time back. So, whoever this new woman is, she'll know me for the last few years of my life. She'll never have known, my kids will never. And I was thinking about that, like, how old will my kids be if I had magically had kids? Like, somehow I decided, screw it, next person I meet, I will impregnate them. My kids, they don't start forming memories for like 10 years, so they'll never know me as anything less than 60 or 6, like, that's sad. I want the kids to see me, like, say I had an 18-year-old now, then he'd be, which is, I'm like, oh, that couldn't be. But yeah, God, if I had a kid when I was 30, absolutely, they would be 18 now. That's how it works. And then they'd see me sort of relatively, like, not ancient. Like, it's, here's the interesting thing. Like, every now and then I can get a couple of seconds of like, oh, you know what? Maybe there's hope. Maybe I can do something fun. Maybe I can have a little bit of happiness in life. And then I push it away. Like, my brain says, no, you're not allowed to think like that. You've got to focus on your regrets. Because why? I don't know. I'm sure psychologists would have something to say about it. I mean, I majored in psychology. Why don't I have something to say about it? Would Tony Robbins have a technique? I mean, he posted today. He just said, what did he say? Don't live in the past. Just, what can you do today to make a change? I don't know. Anyways, my sister might come over tomorrow. She's having bad dystonia today. She has Parkinson's and her head is moving all night. She's just emailed that she's still up. So we'll see if she comes for lunch. And then maybe I'll do dinner with my Auntie Susie, who's also sick. So maybe we'll see if she comes out. It'll be a big day. What are you doing for Christmas?
Okay, so it just occurred to me that I should be documenting the world. It's Christmas Eve of 2020. There's a group of like homeless kids there with a barking dog. That kind of sums up